Alright, what's going on, everybody? It's your host, Dr. Splash, and this is a matchup that really spawned from me having a realization during the recording of my Darkseid scaling video. And real quick, before we get into this major channel announcement, I'm dropping literal comic book exclusives tonight, or worst case tomorrow, but tonight hopefully. It's my interview with Philip Kennedy Johnson, current writer for Superman, House of L, current writer for the Hulk saga that is going on, writing Batman and Robin, so much more he's doing. It's just a lot, okay? And we've never really been able to do something like this on the channel where like we announce something early for comics and things of that nature. And we're doing, exclusive info for Marvel and DC. So definitely get ready to check that out. Notifications on. I would love you guys showing support on that particular interview because it's a big moment for the channel. Now, back on topic. This is a topic that, like I said, came from my Darkseid scaling video. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's actually doing quite well for channel standards. And it's about where Darkseid currently stands in the cosmology. And funny story about this topic, which is Darkseid versus Thanos. That's the first video on my channel to ever catch what we would call traction. I remember it's the very first video to ever hit 100 views, and it did so in an hour. I thought I was fucking famous. Like, I was calling my homies, I was like, yo, we fucking made it, bro. 100 views in an hour. I hit my line. If you need anything, I'm on the come up. But on a serious note, that was like my first major video. And back then, there was several versions of each character you could kind of talk about and have a conversation. Now, granted, at the time I was not nearly the scaler or nearly as knowledgeable on both verses as I am now. Now that I look at it, it's pretty crazy because I think this conversation, out of all the classic comic book matchups, and I'm talking about ones we regularly see in versus battle forums and communities, Darkseid versus Thanos has probably become the biggest distance between the two previous rivals, right? Like, since that conversation became a thing, they've gotten further and further away from each other in terms of the scaling. Darkseid's quite literally never been this strong before. He's absolutely broken. If you want the power scaling terms, we would call him high outer to insanely high into high outer. You can go check out my Darkseid video if you want to see more specifics on what he's been getting up to. For Thanos, it's like, what's he really got going on? He just got called insignificant to current Thor. Like, in the run, he sees Thanos, he's like, oh shit, Thanos, I gotta fight you? Like, you're the bane of my existence? You're the end of me? And he was like, nah, I just appeared to you as Thanos because you always give him credit, but I am not something as insignificant as Thanos. And it's like, shit, they're really shitting on the boys. Like, the strongest versions of Thanos don't currently exist, or they're hypotheticals, so it sucks. Like, he doesn't currently have anything crazy in terms of scaling. What I personally think about Thanos is that his best fight was he had a pretty good squabble with a Fractured Son Hulk who, mind you, and you'll see in the Philip Kennedy Johnson, Fractured Son Hulk wasn't being written by the main writer. And so anything can really happen with that Hulk. And Hulk still won. So to see, him get pimp slap Hulk at one point and then lose a hotly contested fight in another one, that's pretty good. But I'm not sure we have anything else we can really give a fuck about in the modern day scaling for Thanos. Like, I just don't see him mattering in this conversation anymore. And that kind of sucks. But if you really look at it in a deeper perspective, and maybe you guys will want to see a deeper video where I like narratively and historically look into both Thanos and Darkseid. I could also technically drop definitive scales on both if you want to see the in-depth, like literally everything they've done. But Thanos just doesn't have the juice anymore. He's just, because it's basically Infinity Stones. Everybody knows what's going to happen if Thanos shows up. What makes Darkseid a little unique is he might show up because Superman pissed him off. He might show up because he thinks he's the presence now. He might show up because he wants to turn Earth into another apocalypse. He might want the anti-life equation. He's just fucking around sometimes. Like, it's Darkseid. Thanos isn't as versatile in my opinion. And literally isn't the same from the cosmic sense. And that's become even more apparent in recent times. Like, Darkseid's just something significantly superior to the likes of Thanos. I think the only way this could ever change is if we got something like the Death Notes becoming real. Something like the Death Notes mattering in the sense of like, oh, the Death Notes are something that do become true. Thanos really does reside over all time and space. He's above everybody, puts the heroes in creation through his own simulation. If that shit becomes canon, becomes like a real possibility, I could see a conversation being had at that point, like, hey, Thanos Death Notes did actually happen. The Roko's basilisk-based Thanos is real. That's a conversation. Until then, we're fucked. Like, Thanos fans, you're down. Not much you can do with Darkseid right now. It's not remotely close in the scaling sense. Darkseid wouldn't notice him. He'd flick him away. It's rough out here. Like, I just think it's not looking good for Thanos. Stocks are down, and Darkseid stocks are at an all-time high. Darkseid was already superior. It's fucked. So, yeah, it's not even close. And I just wanted to weigh in on my modern take on this battle and where it currently stands. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you, for whatever reason, disagree, let me know as well. I don't see Thanos winning in any sense against current Darkseid. I think it's an absolute mismatch. But make sure you guys turn on notifications. Make sure you stay tuned for the PKJ interview. It's crazy shit. But yeah. Anyways, it's been your host, Dr. Splash, and remember, it's Yancey Street, bitches.